We are in ReactJS land,
Yes, we are. Hi.
and you're back. You're back in Stockholm.
Back in Sweden, transferred over Helsinki yesterday. It went very well. It's very nice to be in Stockholm today, which is, after all, Midsommarafton,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah,
today.
yep.
Actually, Stockholm's kind of empty. I think most people have headed to the countryside. Um, I went to the store yesterday, and like small teenagers have taken over the streets. It's terrible. No, it's
Yeah,
great. It's great.
yeah.
Uh, so they were running around wreaking havoc, which, there's hope for the youth. If they can still annoy old people, they're doing all right.
That's the way it is. And you are in Stockholm, and I am not. I am actually um, outside of Gothenburg, so I live in on the countryside. So it's business as usual. But it looks like, and knock on wood, but it looks like we are actually going to get some sunny weather today.
Yeah.
Uh, and for those of you who doesn't know about Swedish midsummer celebration, which is a heathen thingy, so let's not go into the tradition itself, but it's a Christian celebration, but it precedes Christianity a few, I don't know,
Yeah.
1,000 years, perhaps, I don't know,
Mm.
hundreds of years. But anyway, in modern time, at least here on the west coast, but I think I speak for generally for the entire country. It rains on midsummer.
Yeah.
It's the celebration of summer, celebration of light, and
Mm.
everybody is looking forward to it. They prepare a lot of food, a lot of booze, and a lot of you know um, good stuff. And they set out those tables outdoors, and everything is they do this. How do you call them?
You wear
Sommarkransar.
flower crowns, I guess you say.
Yeah,
You wear
stuff like
flower
that. Yeah.
crowns. In
Uh,
uh, in New York, the cultural attaché for the Swedish consulate general, he or she actually, I think the job opening has been posted if anyone wants it, but he or she organizes a midsummer party in Battery Park at the southern tip of Manhattan, and it's a big party, and it's really fun. And everyone wears white and eats outdoors. Of course, New York is, very different climate than Sweden, a lot more
yeah,
humid.
but and back to the climate. It rains. Everybody has those high expectations, and every year at some point during either the day or the evening,
Yeah,
rain falls down on
yeah,
the
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
But
Swedish summer.
but the weather forecast for today, here in Sweden at least here in western part of Sweden, west coast, is that we're gonna get sunny and also
Yeah.
unbearably hot. It might climb up to 30 degrees Celsius, which is,
Whoa.
I mean, in Fahrenheit, what is that like? Is that like what,
I,
80s or
you
no,
know,
70s?
20 years in the US, I still don't know Fahrenheit.
All right, so let's Google that later during the stream.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so what's on the agenda? Back to coding. What's on the agenda?
Yeah, I mean, we did a little feature last time on Art Nouveau, so not thinking about the back end, just the React application.
Yep.
I think we did an index action uh, for all the different projects that you can view. I think we added a little read more text on each of them programmatically. So, maybe we should make a little show action for an individual project. That would
Right.
include,
That's
or
yeah.
or
Yeah,
or
I think
add
that
more content. Yeah,
well, I was thinking about the show action, and I was thinking about the stuff that you showed me the other day about React Router. I mean, I know about React Router, but the nested
yeah,
routes and all of that stuff, right?
yeah,
And then I don't know if I was tired or what happened with my brain, but I was like, how do I test drive this? Like BDD kind of, how what do I do? Um, and let's so I would think that would be an interesting thing. Of course, it's a small feature. It's not it's not
yeah.
rocket science per se to include a show action, but if we challenge ourselves on this one and really just take the basic and let's call them baby steps or as small steps as
Yeah.
possible along the way, and think what can I test for, um, and how can I test it, not along the way, and see if we can get the thing up and
I
running.
mean, on the
Yeah.
most like basic high level approach there, I think it's like React Router The URL changes, the content on the page changes.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
but you see, but so what I'm looking for is that, yeah, we can go for content, right? Uh,
yeah.
just saying, but could we also, and again, I don't know if this is borderline component testing, or if this is even, um, uh, acceptable in E2E or acceptance test. But I would say, like, oh, so I click on this, and then I would like the URL to contain that. You understand? Because if we do that first, if we write a test like this first, not only about, focusing on the user interface and what the user sees, but also on the URLs, then if we do write a test like this before we implement the route, do you understand? And before we actually or implement React Route, then
Mhm.
we can claim at least that we are test driving this. We have a vision that, yes, when I do something like this, the URL should contain uh, a specific route.
Mhm.
We fail that test, and then we implement a solution to that test, right?
Yeah.
So the
And
test passes.
to crawl further down that route, I mean, if we are decide to maybe store something in application state, like the individual project,
Mhm.
some data about the project, we could potentially also look at the store, get the state, and see, did we indeed store it? Now it's really borderline
Yeah,
component testing, right? Um, but yeah, I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
but I think starting with writing the test for the URL and the content changing uh, is the right approach. And I would even say that, like, users today, they expect your URL to change. It's not just like dorky web developers who look and see, oh, did you nest the route properly? It's like, people have gotten so used to sharing URLs, etc., um, that it's almost obligatory.
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, I think that we should get started uh, without any further ado. But do we have a PR open or anything?
Um,
If you navigate to GitHub, I will share
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
screen.
If you want to
Okay.
pull my screen up,
Yep.
let me open up a browser here. Uh, this one lives in Craft Academy, right? Yes, I'll make this a bit bigger. Wow, that's a lot bigger. So we do have a pull request open, which is this: user can read more on project listing.
Right.
And I didn't realize this, of course, because I didn't even pull it from you. Uh, I don't have it listed in git branch dash all. So um, what should we do? Should I have a look at this and we merge it,
Uh,
or
I think I did the majority of coding, so I don't like
yeah,
to merge my own code. So if you can just, I mean, you were there,
you don't
so
need
it's
to.
heavily
Yeah,
heavily
I was there.
documented.
I'm just gonna peek very quickly. The file's changed. I start looking at the test. User can read more. Link on project link, whatever it's tests. It's a text, but that's okay. It dispatches the current user. And it has 3 assertions. And let's see here. It amends a little bit. The user sees list of projects to a CY visit application that we use here as well. So that's great. We are practicing DRY. We have these commands now: visit application, project items, and application state. Okay, great. We're passing in the end-to-end flag and the Chrome flag here in Cypress. So Cypress 10 opens where we want it to open. And here we have a little one-line conditional, which is exactly what we were looking for. So the functionality is there. We're happy. We have a user slice now. Just set current user. Nothing strange here. And we import that user slice into our store. So this is ready to go. It looks good to me. Oof, with an exclamation point. We approve. We submit that review. So now I'm on the hook if this fails. And we're going to squash and merge it.
Yep.
And I'm going to remove, well, I'm going to say Craft Academy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, gosh.
And let's see. Um, and I don't want it to be called this. I want it to call it, well, actually adds conditional display of read more text. No, that's okay. That's okay. All right, I confirm.
And
And
just on a different note,
yeah.
last time it showed, I noticed after we finished the stream that we had some issues during the stream to accessing our messages, which is weird because I'm looking at our messages from the OBS studio, even chat messages from Twitch and YouTube that are being combined, and so we missed a few, and I want to apologize to the people who wrote to us and didn't get answers for that. So we're trying to solve or work our way through those technical issues. We're a little new on using Restream and OBS like this, but we will. I will try to keep a separate client open and make sure that I don't miss any messages as we move forward. Right, just a disclaimer from me. Merged.
All right.
Yep.
Merged, and the issue is closed. So if I go into the project, Art Nouveau. Right, so we have 2 that are done. Alrighty. And we have some things in our backlog, our icebox. But we want to add one, right?
Right.
Of the type that user can, and I'll say, can see individual object at work. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I edit this? If I click on it, yes. And should I put the user story here, do you think?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so let's say as a, I'll say, authenticated user, in order to find out more about a project, I would like to say all information about a project. A little bit of repetition. Okay. And, maybe I'll just leave it like that for now.
Yeah.
And I'll say that it's now in progress. And I don't know. I can assign us to it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to be overly strict with this stuff, but yeah,
No.
I mean, we're
just experimenting to see what happens when you do these things. Okay, so that's nice. Do you want me to go ahead and open up a branch for this?
I mean, we should have some balance, right? I jacked the keyboard last time, and so
let's get
I will steal the attention from you at some point. Yeah, no trouble.
Because we do want to git pong. I mean, that's part of the charm here.
Yeah.
I'll just yarn. I just pulled from upstream. I'm now yarning just to make sure I have everything. It's fine. And if I do a little git branch, I see all projects index views. So clearly, I'm going to say git checkout dash branch projects. Maybe show view
or project show, because
that's much better. So there we go. And what do we have in our end to end? So we have user can read more link on projects. User sees list of projects. So I'm gonna say.
Well, before you, how about? You see, I was thinking about this using a see read more link on projects. I'm thinking that after a while that becomes redundant. Do you understand?
Yeah.
perhaps
Yeah.
we could, instead of creating a new one, we can rename this guy and see user can see details of projects. Could access the now, and then just continue on that setup. Do you understand? Like
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know if that's if
I can call it user
can
can see.
project details.
Yeah, I like that. That's shorter too. Project details .cy.js. So let's open up this in the code editor. Make sure I didn't do anything stupid in the terminal. And we'll make this nice and bigger. Zoom in, enhance. All right, so in Cypress, oh, I moved it to root. You should have told me. Let me
Oh,
just push
sorry
that
about
back
that.
into. No, that's my mistake. So I'll just move it up there.
If you just carry on for a second, I'm just gonna mute myself and I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, folks, we have our renamed file now. User can see project details. I was too lazy to do it with the keyboard and the mouse, so I just relied on the keyboard in the terminal. And right, so what we want to do now is to add some tests here. So we of course still want to visit the application. That's not strange. Then we want the user to authenticate. That's not strange. And then we do this like unit desk test. That's fine. Read more link. So then we should say, we can say it is expected to, in order to keep with the formula. And we'll say, it is expected to reroute. Is that too much? To direct a user to new URL when clicked, right? So could put this in the describe block, but let's just do this for now. So we'll say cy dot project items dot first, and then probably have to say, in my mind, I kind of want to say dot get here. Say data cy is equal to, I'll just call it project link. They can all have this, but because I'm doing dot first, I should only get a single object here. So doing a dot click should not yell at me, but we'll find out. And then we should say cy dot URL dot should, and we can say equal. Maybe here we can say equal. Do a comma. And what should it equal? Well, http colon slash localhost 3000 slash, and we probably wanted to say, now I'm in morning pages mode, so we'll say projects.
I'm back, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah. So just writing a test here.
Remember the
where,
equal thingy.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking a risk with deep equals, but CYURL really should return this in my mind. Project slash one, maybe, because we are grabbing the first one. So, but I can look at the fixture and I can look at projects index, and I see ID one. So I'm going to stick to ID one. Oh, I'm here. I'm going to delete this example, JSON. Goodbye. But enough distractions. So format the code. And here we go. So let me launch Cypress and watch that fail. Oh, wow. You can follow links, right? Of course, that's why I should be using the terminal in VS Code. But But for now, we're going to stick
So
to
so
this.
my thoughts are of course the equal thing, and also if we want to shorten this a little bit, I'm just wondering whether we could or could not say should contain or should include. Yeah, I'm rather include should be more of an array thingy, right? So, but include projects one, right? Or even if we could use wildcards, that would be even better because we don't want to spill out the localhost 3000 thing, you know.
Ah, yes.
I'm just thinking about it,
Uh,
but let's see how it fails and let's implement this. We can do refactoring later, of course, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying, and yes, /project/1 would. Oh, we opened in the wrong window here.
And then of course we are in like extraction mode, so we probably want to extract the link. Project items first, get click, right? Yeah,
And
well,
I'm kind of. I think this is going to move into its own describe block with its own before each in a second. But again, this is early days. So let's just
yeah,
fire this up. And make sure I didn't break anything else. This one should fail, but the next one should pass.
yeah, because the read more is just right.
So
It's not even a link or anything.
those
Yeah.
have all passed. Do one of those. Reload. Bigger. And the reason I'm doing this is so that we can look at the error messages because, of course, Cypress does give us a lot of details. And here we go. Assertion error, of course. Data CY project link was not found because, of course, it doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Why don't I create a project link and then pass it over to you?
Yep.
Bit by bit, we eat the elephant. Do you think? I mean, should I add any more tests to this? I mean, I could do a is expected to include a project description, body, what have you.
I would say
Let's keep it small.
let's keep it simple. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
keep it simple for now, right?
Yeah.
And so and also, you know, since people are consuming with their eyes, at some point we probably need to add a little bit of styling to this thingy. You know.
Yes.
Well,
yes. I can do that if you don't mind using like semantic React.
no, it's all right. I'm actually gonna ping
Okay.
Giovanni and Dorian. You know, tell them
Yeah,
that
for sure.
we're online, but they're fast asleep, I guess. You know. So.
Well, they're probably at work. Oh no, wait, it's midsummer. Anyway, so in the app JSX, right, we have a object called projects. So let's head into that component and have a look here. And indeed, we render this p tag here, read more, and you know, the very easiest thing I can do here is to just give this p tag a data CY of project dash link, dash link, format the code, and
I would
you know,
actually, you know, right. You will end up
and
with three data CYs that are the same thing.
I know I said this while you were off camera. I think that's should be okay because we're chaining it because I chained it here to project items dot first. So technically, in my mind, when I do this dot get, as I read this, it really should only look here. But if it looks at all of it, I will have learned something, and it will be subject to refactor.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Usually we use within. We're not doing it here because we're scoping it out the first.
Yeah. So here it is, indeed. So you can only be called on a single element, dot click. So this is what I said. Right. We can only call dot click on a single element. Dot get then indeed looks at the whole project.
So just call it
Thomas
project
does,
dash one dash click dash link because we can string interpolate that ID into the data CY.
you don't want to do dot within? Or dash one?
Right. So yeah. Well, that's a good question. Is the should the test Yeah. Well, I don't see. We could do either. We do the one that you want to do.
I've never. I don't. I usually do the DAW within, so I'm going to do the string interpolation instead because that sounds a bit fancy. So I need to change this project link to be backticks, which broke something.
No,
Oh, because
curly,
backticks need
curly,
to be wrapped in
yeah, yeah,
curlies. So project dash something, right? So we'll
yeah.
do a
Dollar
dollar
sign
sign
curlies
and then say
project.id.
project.id should be good.
Right.
So let's rerun that. And now we should get a different error, right? First we got not found, then we got I cannot click on 3 things at once. And now it clicked something, and it's actually looking at the assertion of the URL, but it's getting HTTP localhost 3000, and it's not getting project/1. So that's a
Awesome.
little bit of progress.
Awesome. Awesome.
I'm going to do a git status, do a git add everything, do a little git ci-am, and I'm going to use a test tube to indicate a failing test. I'll even put a work in progress because if we had continuous integration, this would trigger a lot of red cross marks, and we need an excuse, so we do work in progress. Adds failing URL change spec on redirect. And we'll say git push origin project show view, and I can go ahead and create the PR, Thomas, if you want to grab this from me.
Yeah.
We can multitask a little bit, but I'm just going to do a draft pull request, so that's already done now.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna switch over to me, and I just pull down from development. So I have the latest code, but it doesn't really matter because what I want to do is to show Max's camera also on the screen.
There I am.
Right, there you go. Right, you just disappeared. I was like, where is Max? Anyhow, right, so I'm just gonna do git checkout remote branch from Max, and the name was what?
Project show, but if you
Right,
no, so
yeah. So what I need to do
do a
is to
fetch,
say fetch Max first and git checkout dash max project show view. There we go. And I have autocomplete. We have yarn. Right, no new stuff. Let's just open this up in code. And the thingy here. Oh, why did you open on a different? There you go. There you go. Right. So we're gonna implement React Router. And the thing is that I don't know how to do that. So let's check it out.
Yeah.
Well, I do know how to do it.
But nota bene, little gotcha is that, React Router, a lot of the documentation is in version 5 when you just Google. You want to make sure you hit version 6.
Right.
Because that's the good stuff.
Right. So what is the difference between React Router and React Router DOM?
I believe we need both, or just one.
Let's have a look.
But I think it should tell you.
Yeah.
It should tell you.
React
Router native. So yeah, we don't need native at this point.
So we just need this one then.
Yeah.
Oh shoots, that wasn't 404.
A dead link. Exciting.
Right. So we just go with this DOM thing. The reactor package on the best. Anyway, right. Well, this is
a remix run. No. Oh yeah, maybe that's the name of the company.
Oh no. So there's the getting started guide. Okay. So
yeah. But all now let's make sure. No.
Yeah. Right. I don't want any tutorials. No. Don't give me tutorials. I just want. Right. So basically, what I need is.
If you go to reactrouter.com, I
Oh, there is
know
such a thing. Okay.
there is such a thing, and ReactRouter.com, React Router one word, yeah, is good because you're going to land on V6
All right.
version 6, and the documentation is excellent.
Yeah.
It gets you what you need almost too quickly. It's impressive.
Right. Awesome. Okay, so
And
using
it's got
yarn, I just gonna add this. Oh, so I can just say add 6 just to make sure
yeah,
that.
but if you leave @6 out, it's going to default to 6 at this point.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
the repositories are updated, I think.
Let's just add
Yeah.
it. And so basically, I've used React Router before, so I'm not totally new to this. So I'm going to go to, so we're going to use the browser router.
Yeah.
And so we wrap the app component with the browser router. And then in the app component,
Right. It's now called routes.
it's called routes.
Yeah,
Route,
it
and
used to
then
be called switch, I think, in
right.
version 5 or 4.
Right. So, and you're right. Okay, good, cool. Oh, this
Yeah.
is cool because our app component doesn't contain much, right? No, it does
No,
not.
no.
Okay.
So
Right. So browser router in the index.js, right? So we can do it here.
there it is.
No, it didn't. Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. It just
Yeah. I'm not very
delete
fond
that.
of that actually, but yeah, anyway. And then we just do browser router like this. Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question here would be, of course, should we have the provider outside or inside? You know, who should be wrapping whom?
I'm sure there is a note on that in the docs somewhere, but let's drive for now, and
Yeah,
if we run into trouble,
we figure it out.
we'll remember this conversation,
Right.
maybe.
And then routes and route. Right. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go to the app.jsx, and we're just gonna say routes. No shit, that's not what I wanted because I misspelled it.
One down.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And then we need a route. Right, so we will just say, and we already have this, so what was the syntax? First routes and then route. Okay.
Yeah.
Routes and then route, and then we say, well, we can close it, and then we just give it path equals slash sorry, and then element equals what? Projects.
Element
No.
equals curlies, and in there you put in
Element
the
equals,
JSX.
Projects like this, right? So we can get rid of this one, and at this stage I should have the same failure as you did, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let's run this basically. I should not get any. I mean, all the other tests should pass, and I should see the same failure that you saw.
But nota bene that I left cy.only, it.only in there, so it should really
good.
it should only run one test.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, I guess
do you
it's
remember
not
this?
the best,
do you remember this bug hunt?
to commit.
Do you remember the bug hunt when you and I were like pulling our hair out and just swearing and shit? And
Which
the
one?
the only thing was that we didn't set the web security to.
Oh,
was it only me?
Yeah.
Did I pull you into this one? I remember it
was.
That's
that's a bug hunt we don't talk about. That one was because we went so deep. Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm getting this assertion error, the same one that you got.
Yeah.
But I could, in principle, run this, and this is passing. So we're good, right? Yeah. This is okay. All right. So, so now uh, the naming is always a a hard thing, because we do have
Yeah,
one component called projects, which kind of implies that this is like a collection, and I could call this one a project or project details or something, but I'm gonna call it project, only project. Is that okay?
fully agree. Fully agree. Less is more.
Right. And Royal Air Force, Central Europe, right? um, and that's it. I don't want to do anything in here right now. uh, Here I will just say project, right? And here I want to say what? Well, I want to say route, right? And then path equals, and I will say slash project. Did we use project or projects?
We used projects,
Okay,
plural,
that's what we're
and that
gonna use.
then the ID that comes
All right,
after
projects, and then
slash, and you would do colon ID, for example.
right,
Yeah.
and then element equals, and then we will just um, say project, right? Right, and let's format this. Hubba. I don't know what that even means. Why did I say that? I don't know. That's weird. But okay, here we go. And so in this project thing, there is this use navigate thing, right? This use navigate,
There's
or is
use navigate. Use navigate should really be used for programmatic redirection. I think what you're looking for is the link object,
I
if
don't
I
know if
understand
that's what I'm
correctly.
looking for. I'm not
Well,
sure.
well, what do you want? Because
Well,
the
so
test right now,
there's
the test right
always,
now
yeah.
is
What
a
we could
click.
do, what we could do, what I was looking at, instead of using a link, that's not where my mind went initially. What I would like to say is basically an on click event, you know, on click, and then
Right.
navigate. Oh, sorry, navigate, and then project, project, or if I should do something like this, and then params. No, sorry. How do you? Well, I don't know if that's
It's
possible,
it's
but
possible. It is possible. I don't like that, but you can do so. It's used params. You have to import first of all. So now uh, we need to import two things. One of them is use navigate, and one of them is use params, and they're
okay.
both coming from React Router DOM.
So this is what I want to do. Is this possible?
Yes, that is possible.
Okay, so where is it? Use params,
Use params is the first one, yeah,
and
and
this.
then and then use. I think it's
Well,
use
I don't know. I don't
navigate.
see if we need use params here.
We'll need it in order to get the project.id.
No,
Oh no, we don't. We
no, no,
don't.
no, no,
You're
no.
right. You're right. We don't
We
need
need
it here.
use
You're right.
navigate in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
don't need it. We
So
just,
not
yeah.
not in this one. No.
So here we need to say const
Const.
navigate
Yeah.
equals use navigate, right?
Yeah. With the yeah exactly.
Right, and now we should be good, right?
Does it? Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. We're
We'll
gonna run our test on that.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Run it, and if it needs to be a callback, it needs to be a callback, but it shouldn't. I mean,
Read them and weep. What? Detached from the dome. What are you
oh,
talking about? Well, I'm just gonna Okay, so this error originates from somewhere else. You see that? No, it did. Oh, look, he's navigating to projects. What? What are you talking about?
I
Come
think
on.
it's the params that you're passing in. I think you should do it.
Yeah, I just
You
removed
should do
that.
it differently. I don't think you can pass in the route params like that to use navigate.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly. So, right. No, we're still getting, so you can't even do this. You can't navigate.
Um, well, we don't have anything at projects. There's no component in our. If you use project /1 for now to just
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, but get rid of the period.
No, that's not it either. Right, no. Project. Yes, it
But
does.
look,
Yeah, yeah.
it is working. Um, it is actually rendering the component that we want, and it has the correct URL.
But why would this be looking at?
Well, let's look at the test again.
Yeah, there's something
Because
wrong with the
it's,
test, right?
yeah, there's something wrong with the test, because once it redirects on the click, and then it says cy.url. That's very strange that it would yell. Look at the
Look.
error message again.
Yeah, that's
What
a
exactly
very.
does it say?
Look, we. Okay, and this is the only one, right? So we are doing this. And we are clicking on the first project. And then we're doing this. And so what exactly is he complaining about? I don't understand what he's complaining about. CI first. What? I don't understand. Why is he looking at the data list again? You know, the project list.
Do we have before each running that does that?
Visit, so the commands, visit application.
No. It just visits root.
No.
All right.
There's a little thing we're missing here.
So, well, I mean, I guess get rid of dot first. Oh, yeah, on 26. We don't need the dot first on 26 because we're now getting an individual thing, right? So get rid of that. We may even be able
Well, then
to get,
you don't have to do this. You know, you can just say this.
yeah, yeah. Try now. Well, now we're getting in.
Why would he be going to projects one already and then running?
Oh,
Do we click on it somewhere else? No.
no. Okay, before line 26, add a cy.wait and wait for the application to load. I think we're clicking too soon, and I don't know what the alias is called, but so we need to know what we aliased the get projects as. But the
Yeah,
cy.wait needs to be before the click, right?
Projects index.
As
Yeah, but
projects index, yeah.
that's not it's not gonna help us because that's already
But
happened. Um,
oh yeah, it waits for. You're right, but it would
yeah.
have to be before the click. It would have to be move it up one line.
No, you see, he's trying to click on something. I don't understand this. Let's just get rid of both of them. Yeah, you know.
All right, but
So
then
this is
then
really
it's
weird.
use navigate that's
Oh,
the issue.
okay, I got it. I got it. Oh my gosh, I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. It's me. Mea culpa. It's me. It's not you. It's me. Oh, because it needs to be a callback. Right.
Instead of a
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's what it is. And since so now if we remove this one, this will not happen anymore. You see, we're not clicking on it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Up is
There we go.
up and down is
All
still
right.
down.
Exactly. So the question is now, how do we pass in parameters to this navigator instead
I
of
mean,
hard coding the one?
yeah. Well, you either do it with the string interpolation.
Well, if I don't want to do that, if I want to pass in params,
Uh,
well, we're gonna figure it out. It would be so easy to pass in the string interpolation. Of course it would, right? So
yeah. I mean,
this is let's let's do
I'm not
that first.
sure. Use navigate only has two options according to the docs, and it's replace and state. So
So we should go green on this. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. But I would love to know if I can pass in params, because perhaps I want to pass in some other parameters than just the route, navigate, use navigate, use navigate. There we go. Replace true. Replace true.
If you expand the type declaration, replace true just changes the history stack. So let's say
State.
that you have a form that you don't want the user to be able to just click back on and navigate back to. You can do replace true.
Okay.
But
so you cannot. Okay, you know what? Let's say React route pass in params with navigate. Passing data when navigating programmatically. It could be our old one. How old is this one? 2019. Oh, it's from history some state, right? Push. No, that's not it. That's route. This is not it. This is old stuff.
no.
Navigate. Right, here it is. State. They call it state, and then they say use location.
I guess yeah. Use location is a hook that is very
Okay,
much alive in React Router 6.
but that
And
will not be reflected on the route, right?
no, no. I mean, this is more to just pass in a little slice of state. You're looking for.
No, we need to do it the way you did it. But yeah,
Yeah, I think we should use link objects, but
yeah,
or sorry, link components to use
yeah,
their lingo.
yeah.
I mean,
Path.
what's nice about
Then you can. Okay, no, no, no. We're gonna do it like this, I think. Or do you want to use link instead?
no, let's leave it like this. If we have a reason to refactor, which I think will only pop up when we add some styling, we'll do it that way. But for now, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a passing test on this one. Okay. What? What? Yeah, I don't know why that showed up. And if I just for the sake of it, if I remove the only, I should be good on that, right? Right. Okay. So I can make a commit because I'm okay, right?
Yeah.
So I can keep this one up and running. And so git status, right, git add, git ci am adds route for project detail, or show add show display view adds route add component for project show. Yeah, that's enough, right? And then I do git push max project show. But what I can do before I let you take over is to take a look at this this test. And I don't know what's going on, if I'm allergic to anything or what's up, but right, is expected to direct users to new URL when clicked. Right, so now probably I need to describe this again, add a new describe block, make this, push this one in here. When a user see the project list as an authenticated user and follows the read more, no, it's not a link, but yeah, let's call it a link, and follows is expected to direct user. Now following now it's borderline, it should be borderline a different test file. Do you understand? Because now it doesn't really make sense. We're testing for many things, so perhaps my suggestion to keep this inside of the same same file wasn't the best solution. But what we could do, and so you see, this is this is a little bit borderline magic number ish. Do you understand? Because we're the only thing we're saying, see, I get data project, the the first thing here, right? So we don't know, it doesn't really make sense to who reads this, right? Well, it does come across that it's the first one if you know that it has the ID of one. Understand? But it could be hard to understand. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a before. I'm going to add a before each, and I'm going to move this one to before each, right? And then now I can add a test saying it is expected to display the project title or project description or details, right? And then we can say CUI get, I don't know, I mean, for now we can just say body, right? Should and then we say contain, and what is the first
description is lorem ipsum,
right? Well, the title, let's say, yeah, we can use the title first, right? Right, so this one will fail for me, so let's just add this. Well, I can do this one, right? Right, let's see. Right, it does not display this, of course, right? Okay, so the question now is, right, do we want to make another call to the
storm,
to the API, or do we want to pass in this the entire project information from the project's component down to the project component? Do you understand?
Yep.
Because now we're gonna have to pass in some parameters if we want to pass in, the entire project data, which would be what I would be calling for instead of refetching it.
It's always good to avoid an API call.
At this point, we have all the data necessary.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I would say let's
programmatically.
see if we. I mean, the way they did it was saying to state and then project, and that would be the project, right? This is the project, right?
Indeed. Yeah, that's what
Right.
we're iterating
Yeah.
over.
And we need
These are
a
iterant.
comma here, of course, right? Let's see. No, oh shit, that was the wrong. My code formatter is here, right? So I don't know why I should use state. I don't know why they did that. It feels more. What was the here's the guy, right? Right. State use location. Oh, he's using use location, but why wouldn't he use params? See, I don't understand. So we need to take a look at this.
If I understand correctly, use params is used for the path, things that you specify in the path, and use location is used for location specific state.
Okay, let's have a look at this then. Use location, right? Use effect, right? Type declaration. Let's have a look. State. Yeah, state. So it is state. Okay.
Yeah, but if you head down to use params in the docs here, what do they say? They say the key value pairs of the dynamic params from the current URL, right?
Yeah,
so now we have it black and white. Like use params is route params, use location is
right.
Location state in a way,
right.
if I can call it that.
Yeah, loosely. Yeah. So we will say. Const. Const. How did he use that?
It's funny, the guy who, what's the name of the guy who maintains React Router? He's saying you should always use let instead of const because it's one letter fewer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But again, it doesn't matter. But you would say
so he's destructing state from use location. Okay.
Yeah.
So right, and so here I would just say what state project title, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently not.
Does it yell at you? Excuse me.
No, it did not. Yeah, good.
There it is. All right.
Right. Okay. So, and then, so we could say something like, I can just say h1 and then p state project and description, something like that, and we're gonna just shift this over to a fragment format or code. Should contain and contain what was it, lorem ipsum,
lorem ipsum,
so with 3 dots, I think. Let's try that. Yep. Right. So we can live with that for now, I guess. I mean, without styling and everything else that comes with it, right?
Maybe, I don't know. Should we do a stream on styling, or is this something that I can just slip in there over the weekend? And do off camera?
Uh, yeah, well, so the interesting thing um, with styling is, of course, to make decisions on how to do it and so on. And if we go with semantic UI, there was a little bit of tweaking involved because of
There's some
the
tweaking. Yeah,
right. There was
yeah.
something with it. Um,
And semantic React has specific instructions on how to use React Router that I think we should use. I mean, of course, again, there are many ways to skin a cat. Um, but so, I mean, that hearing you say that and thinking a little bit about it, it seems like we would be well served to maybe on Monday uh, do a styling stream.
right, right. Monday's not gonna work, unfortunately, because I'm so I need to go up to my mother's on
Oh,
Sunday because Nemo, our dog, he needs to go to Norway of all places to get in Swedish it's called magnetröntgen. It's
an
CT
MRI,
scan or no
MRI, I think,
MRI. Yeah,
magnetic resonance imaging, something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He
poor
has
thing.
this thing with his back, so and
Yeah, yeah.
so I promised mother that I will help her out. So and it's like 8:30 in the morning, and he's gonna stay at the hospital until 4 o'clock. So
Wow.
Monday's gonna be out for me. But what we could do is definitely do something. I don't know if you're up for some weekend coding or whatever.
I sure am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then we should be good on that. But anyway,
We
the thing here is the what we probably need to think about is whether we want to keep this inside of this file. Do you understand? Uh,
yeah.
yeah. And another thing that we should be considering, which is actually more pressing, is that we should not be able to directly navigate to this route. Do you understand? This should be a protected route
Yeah.
because as it stands right now, we could just visit this immediately, and even if we're not authenticated, if the user is not set in state,
Yeah.
we will probably be able to navigate. So we should write something like, I don't know, and I'm just gonna type it up here because I know that the user is not navigated. It is expected to, I don't know, kick the user out when trying to navigate to project detail view, right? And then we will just say CI visit this, but we have this in the settings, right? So we don't have
Yeah.
to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Just slash is fine.
Right.
But I'm not convinced that will work
CI,
as things currently stand.
uh, you know, get, I don't know, right body
Hmm.
should
Not contain.
contain.
Yes.
Can't do that. No, you.
You can't do not dot contain. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Right. Sorry.
How do I do a forward slash on this computer? Oh shit, no. So I'm just gonna give you double quotes. Do that. Right, and this will fail, of course, right?
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to render the component
Why not?
because we're basically still in a single page application mode, even with React Router doing the different URLs. But it doesn't pre-render things on the different routes unless, we run like a build command and I don't even know if the build command actually indexes everything. So what I'm trying to say is that, if you spin this up with yarn start, the only thing that works is if we enter the application in root.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
it's not smart enough to. And I don't know if there's a command for this, and I think we may be a little bit of a what you call it. It's a little bit of
Right,
ahead of where we're at right now.
right, right. Hold on. Link. Protect home protected. Return authentication user. Right. So home in this example, right? Home is is protected for authenticated user, right? And how does he set it up? He doesn't set it up. Navigation. I don't even know what this is.
But navigation is just that's not a React thing. That's one of their own.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like a little nav bar or whatever. Um, but even in the quick start, I think they have a 404. Yeah, they do have. They do mention the not found.
You see, he's setting up a protected route here. Protected route component. And then wraps the right. And what does he do in protected route if there is no user? Right. We probably need to read up on this because I know
Yeah.
things have. I used this in a different setting before, but I would still, because you know what you said, that this will not render. That's true for test environment, but in principle in the build it could, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we need to protect those routes, and we need to add
No, no, no.
this.
We
Yeah,
do. We do.
yeah.
I just for the purposes of writing the test, we'll have to be. Actually, that is a reading up point of like, should the test environment be able to hit
To hit those
unrendered?
routes. I think they should actually.
Yeah, I think so too. But because that's definitely user behavior. I mean, end-to-end testing here we're talking, but
I wonder why he doesn't. Look, let me just get rid of this because he should be able. Well, you see, he is actually rendering this. Look, and we.
oh yeah,
So let's just do H2. This is project page, right?
yeah. Okay, so maybe I was wrong then.
No, he doesn't.
No. Do you get anything in the console on this? Does it tell you anything about? I guess.
But why is he? Did I see the dot only? I did. Oh, because I. Oh shit. So,
All right, all right, all right.
right, but he doesn't. Now we got some errors here. Of null reading project, right? Because he doesn't get the project. So if I could,
Right.
so that's why he's rendering an error. But what if I do a safe operator? What is it? I just add those.
Question marks. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And now he's rendering that. You see this?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least that makes for better testing. So that's great.
Yeah. So okay, so that's yeah. So we need to find a way to, and it's not really a task for today, but I think that so there are two things: protecting the route and extracting the test to a separate file. I think these are the two things that we need to cover. I don't know which.
I mean, I would almost argue that we should move the tests about is the read more part into. Well, but it has to do with user authentication. I was thinking user sees list of projects. Should they, when they see a list, should they see?
Could be. Yeah, you know why? That this
You
is a good idea. Users see a list of project as an authenticated user or as a visitor. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the spirit. This is actually something
Okay.
that we could do in a refactoring
Yeah.
ticket, I guess. If you want to set this up, do you want to add this to the board,
Yeah. Let's do that.
so we don't forget?
I've already forgotten. What are we talking about?
We're talking about extracting or updating
Just
the user can view can view an index page or a project's collection of projects or whatever we call it, as an authenticated user or just as a visitor. So uh, condition
um,
the yeah. So this is a chore, right? So you can probably just call it a chore in the title or something. Like exactly
I don't
right.
know.
And
Something
then
like that.
refactor uh, refactor index spec file, probably
Oh yeah.
project
Um,
index spec file. And then just move the test for seeing read more from project details to project index spec. I think we will remember that
uh, start to the way. It's gonna kill me. No.
later. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
And I'm also just gonna I wonder about this URL should, I wonder if we should say include and then just say this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
That's
about
less.
this. Let's see if we get any errors on this.
If not includes, then contain. Oh, no, that
Well,
worked.
includes worked. And let's say include two. Let's break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does not include that. So
Good. 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 Good.
right. So let's do this. This is a little shorter. Let's see if we say contain. Oh. Oh, contain also work. Include contain. I don't know. The URL should include. Well, yeah. I don't know which one is better.
Mm,
Those
mm.
decisions. Let's go with include because I haven't used it before. Right. Okay.
Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh.
Yeah. So let's kill this one. Git status. Right. So git ci and adds spec for. But oh, hold on. But now I kept this. Right. Should I remove this?
Remove it. We have. I'll write I'll write a chore, not a chore rather, but um, something in the backlog. Add protected routes.
Well, okay. No. So here's the deal. Actually, I know we're running low on time, so we will not be doing it. I would rather
Yeah.
have this here, and so in my opinion, this should be done in this PR. You understand?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
since we are conditioning the read more display, then this route should be close uh, to a visitor. And if you have time and if you want to implement this,
Yeah.
then that's perfectly fine. We can do it off stream, and then you can talk me through the solution, or I can have a look at this, off camera as well. But I feel that this should, yeah, this should be part of this PR. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
It's. I'm adding a to do
Yeah.
in the comment so that we have it. Add protected route for unauthorized. I guess.
uh, VAP. Well, adds spec for visiting project show view as a visitor. I mean, we know what a visitor is. A visitor is an unauthenticated user, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So git push max project show view. All right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've
Bit by bit, we eat the
we
elephant.
learned a few things. It's been a while since I set up React Router, and definitely not in in version 6.
Yeah.
But it was
It's
pretty
but
straightforward.
even if we were sort of hesitant about use location and use params, I just want to reflag that like those documents got us there almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
I mean, it got us to where we needed to be very quickly, which is great.
There's probably a UX argument to be made about using a link rather than the solution that I proposed.
Oh, I'm gonna go hard on using a link when we get there. We'll
Because
see.
the cursor is on a link. The cursor is actually a hand.
Oh, but you don't think that React Router, when you say on click, you don't
No,
think
no,
it's
no, no,
rendering
no,
it
no,
as a no?
no. I know for a fact that it isn't.
Oh, okay.
Because I see this is my preferred way. So when I implement this, I
So
will
you
go
know
like,
it doesn't work.
and it doesn't replace the cursor, and I go like, oh shit, now I have to do it in CSS, and you can always change that, on mouse over.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you just CSS it.
It sounds like a lot of extra steps, Thomas. I don't know.
On my second and third thought, I don't know either. So, but I wonder what this navigate is. Yeah,
Well,
navigate.
so use navigate. I used it in that morning pages when the form is submitted, like uh, you know.
Yeah, no, but this navigate. Look at this one. This is like a component. It's not navigate for use navigate. It's he is importing
Oh,
it from
yeah.
from React Router.
It says a navigate element changes the current location when it is rendered. It is a component wrapper for use navigate. Okay, so it's a
Okay,
component wrapper for use navigate. So it's going to
okay.
be very similar.
So that's why he can use this. Right.
Like if you don't want to mess around with nested routes and link objects, I guess this is an easy way
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do a conditional. Just send them somewhere else using a component instead of an on click.
Yeah, but that's yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't.
okay. So you know what? It's really itching. May I just Can we prolong this for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I have time.
Right.
It's
So
it's
so I'm like haba haba. Okay. So uh, let's just um, let's just say let's just create a new file, and we go like error, no, restricted restricted JSX.
yeah. Should probably
Oh, sorry,
capitalize the, but that's fine.
restricted JSX, and then we refs, and then what was it we
You
were
can't
supposed
do
to
that.
say? You can't do this, you can't do that. Let's just do this. Uh, restricted and then right. So yeah. So here in the I just want to make this pass a bit quick and
Yeah,
dirty. Let's see. Let's just start. Right. So this means that I on this project, a very very simple solution
yeah.
could be navigate, and then we say use
Use
selector. and then we say const current user
That's what we called it.
equals use selector, and that was user dot current user, right? No, state. Sorry.
Yeah, state fat arrow. No, it's state as the argument in the callback.
All right,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, like that, exactly.
Right. And then we just say basically a ternary here, right? And so we say current user, and then we do this.
Oh, you don't need you don't need to use a ternary. You could do a double ampersand.
No.
Because if the navigate component renders, it will navigate away.
Look, my thought is this, that we do this, otherwise we do navigate.
Either way should work. But let's try it this way first. Just wrap all those in a parentheses, so you get rid of the so starting at line 11 and until the colon.
Do I need parentheses in this?
I think so, yeah.
No. I need
inside
no. I need a fragment here. I need a fragment here. No parentheses.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I need. All right. So,
right.
But where do we navigate? We navigate to, right, to, and then we say, restricted.
Yeah. And you may need to have to add that route. I need to add that, in app.jsx.
And so we just say restricted. Oh shit. No, I thought he was importing for me, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Try it again. It's the second one I think you have to choose. Restricted. Yeah, second one.
There it is. Right. And so we just do route path restricted. I can probably do a, you know what, I can do a wild path of this, you know?
Yeah, you can.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's for like 404, right? I mean, I think if I see that.
There we go. Well, how did he do that? Path, home, element, index. Oh, by the way, we can use index on this one. You see this? On the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's just a star. Actually, it's like this.
It's just a star.
Let's try this now. Let's see what sort of errors, because we drove a bit blindly here on this one. No, look, he switched over to. You see what happened?
What?
This happened the other day as well. I was running Cypress on the first run, and everything worked fine. And then he switched over to npm to node 17. Do you see this? NVM list, and it's gone.
List. Not
lost list. I mean, shit. Sorry. Right. So it's on 17. You see this?
Yeah.
And I want to.
You can change the NVM default at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Right.
But it's weird that it would switch over while. Yeah. Anyway.
Right. Let's see what's up. There it is, right? Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yep.
But I think you could. You don't have to use a ternary. I think you can use a one-line conditional.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because I respect you so much, but I think you're wrong. You know, I think you're wrong. So what you're saying is that you
after
think,
line 9.
Right. So I could do amper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remove this. Mm-hmm. Remove this for now. Oops. X this. Do this. go outside the conditional and just do this. Is that what you mean?
No. I think what you have to do is that will navigate to restricted
Directly, yeah.
because so what you need to do is the conditional needs to render or not render the navigate component. So basically, you do current user in a
Okay. So
bag.
you mean
Yeah,
okay. I got you.
like
So you
this
mean we are
component should
moving
have yeah
this guy
out
down,
yeah
and this one up,
and put a
and
bag
then we
on
put an exclamation mark here.
yeah.
Is that okay? So,
Okay.
but we can also remove those fragments
Yeah,
now because we don't need the fragments, right? Okay, let's try that, and that worked.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you know, you just
gotcha.
save yourself a ternary
Yeah.
is preferable. So I guess like if we think about this, if a navigate component is allowed to render, you will be moved
Yeah.
right to the new route and the new component.
Right. The problem with this solution is that I am not very fond of that. It feels a bit hacky because now remember, think about it. If we have multiple routes that are restricted,
Yeah,
we're gonna
you would
have to
need
repeat this in every of those components.
yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure that that's
Yeah, no, I don't think this should be the final solution at all. I think you know, it's fun to experiment
yeah.
with the different components, and there's probably a use case for navigate, you know, when something happens, but I don't think it's intended uh, to deal with protected routes.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, but it does solve the problem for now.
For now.
Right.
Yeah.
And this makes this it makes the PR mergeable.
Yeah.
Right.
It does.
Yeah. All right. So that's good. You know, in a way, git status. Right. Git this git CIAM adds you know, can we say hacky? Can we say that? Solution to protect the project show view. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not proud. I mean, at least not 100% proud. I mean, I'm proud.
No.
We should always be proud
Yeah,
of ourselves.
it's fun.
Right. So git. Well, I actually did that recently, so I can just push this up. Yeah. So that's that pretty much concludes our journey for now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's plenty.
It was a good session anyway. Sorry, I hijacked. I always hijack. You have to be
No, it's fine.
tougher on
It's
me.
fine. It's fine. And I mean, I am gonna do a little bit of a dive on just how they deal with version 6 with protected routes and see
Yeah.
if there's an elegant way that feels more programmatic than hacky
At
to sort it out.
at the very least, I think we should find a way to do this inside of, I don't know, use effect or but yeah. So the problem here is that the component is actually being accessed and rendered before we're being kicked off, right? So from a
Yeah.
performance perspective, it doesn't feel very um, very good. Although I don't even know how much strain it puts on the client,
Yeah.
or I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. If
stuff.
you're, we have to say a few things. If you're new, if you've stayed up for such a long time with us, then hopefully you can subscribe to our channel.
Please do.
We are on a journey to develop a small software as a service platform to connect web folks with artists.
Yeah.
right? And the name is Art Nouveau. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, but apart from that, our channel is about learning stuff and coding and having our enjoy ourselves along the way, right?
Yeah, of course, always.
Yeah. For those of you who celebrate Midsummer, happy Midsummer celebration. Uh, don't get too wasted. Drink responsibly. Uh, and that's it.
All right.
How is by the way, how is Fran coping? Is she okay?
She's good.
She's
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. Vaccines make life a lot better.
Good. Yeah. Stay safe. Stay. Vaccinate if you haven't
Yeah.
yet. Which is like everybody should actually have done it. Anyway, have a fantastic midsummer. I see you in the next stream.